Before working with any of Photoshop's tools, you must first understand where the toolbar is located. Looking to the left of your screen, you will notice the toolbar in this image outlined in a red box. This by default is where the toolbar will always appear when opening Photoshop. You will notice that your toolbar has many different types of tools. I've outlined these tools to help you get a better idea of what these tools are used for. Starting at the top in teal, you'll notice the first 6 tools are your selection tools. Below that in orange, we have our enhancement tools. Beneath that in green are vector tools. Beneath that are some of the other tools that don't really fit into any of the other categories, so Photoshop calls them your other tools. And right below that in purple are your navigation tools. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will only be going over the most basic tools on the toolbar that I find are most important for new Photoshop users. Some of the more advanced tools will be covered in later tutorials. There are many tools within the toolbar. The first 6 here you will see are within the first box. These are your selection tools. You'll see that this first tool is grayed out. That means it's selected. Your move tool is what you will use when navigating throughout the program, as well as when you're using the layers palette to move layers around in your document once you have multiple layers. You'll notice that when you simply hover over the tool with your mouse, you'll be given an explanation of what the tool is, as well as the keyboard shortcut in parentheses. Many of the tools located on the toolbar have small blacked out triangles in the bottom right hand corner. This means there are multiple options within that tool. To access those, simply click and hold on the tool and select a new option. You'll see that the option or the image changes in the toolbar. After going over the move tool, I'd like to next go over the crop tool, which I find is very important, and many new users, that's one of the main things they'd like to learn. The crop tool allows you obviously to crop your image. Up here in the top, you're given options for width, height, and resolution, very similar to what you are given when you create a new document. I, for instance, am going to make this document 6 by 4. You'll notice that the IN for inches automatically comes up when you tab over. Click and drag. You'll get the marching ants. This shows your selection and what will be cropped. Anything outside in the grayed out area is what is going to be cropped off, more or less. So to make this selection, you can either double click using your mouse in the center of the selection, or you can press the enter or return key on your keyboard. I'm going to double click and you will see this is what has been cropped. I'm going to skip down a ways to the zoom tool, which is your magnifying glass. I'm going to click that. Now that it's zoomed out since it's been cropped, I'd like to zoom in a little bit. You'll see that when you use this tool and hover over your image, you've got a plus sign in the middle of the magnifying tool. This means you're going to zoom in. So simply click with your mouse and it zooms in. You can also click and hold and create a selection of where you would like to zoom. You'll see that it zoomed in from here. To zoom out, using the same tool, click the Alt Option key on your keyboard. You'll show that there is a subtraction tool. Click, and this allows you to zoom out. Moving back up, your brush tool. I'm going a little fast, but these are some of the basic tools I find are most important. Your brush tool. You click and hold, you see brush tool. Here you can draw using your brush or pen tool. You'll notice the top, there's different brush options. You can change the diameter of your brush. You'll see it gets smaller and larger as you drag this option across. I've got a lot of brushes I've downloaded, so ignore those. Most of the ones that Photoshop will default to are some of these through here. I'm going to select this. You can click off. To change the color, you can either double click here in the palette. You can select a new color by moving the slider up and down, or you can type in, if you know the number of your color, here's your CMYK, if you know the percentages of your cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, as well as your RGB options. I'm going to cancel this for now. Your pencil tool is pretty much treated the same way. Your eraser tool, you bring in extra elements into your document. You can use the eraser tool to erase. Your text tool, you can type. Like many other programs, highlight it. Up here you can change the font. You can change the size. And obviously this font only allows for italicized text. I know this has been a very quick tutorial on a very basic version of the toolbar. However, I hope this has helped you to learn what more of the tools are, or what type of tools are, and where they're located on the toolbar, and how you can maybe apply some of these tools to your document or what you're experimenting with. Really experimenting with some of these tools is the best way to learn them. Remember that many of the tool options are located on the options bar above your document. I hope you guys had a good time. Thanks for watching.